Well, hello guys and girls. This is a double video actually. It's a test video for my new 4K camera, which is a Panasonic HC VXF990. It's not recording in 4K mode at the moment because I've got nothing to support 4K. My computer hardware doesn't support it, sadly. It's currently recording in 1080p. I think it's iframe, or that, sort of like that. MP4, I think, 1080p. So yeah, this is literally a test recording for this camera and a little bit of an update log on my car. I think in the last video you saw I had the rear axle out, which I've not yet cleaned up because there is a Peugeot, left-hand drive Peugeot in the way, which we're currently trying to sell. Lots of noise from my forklift truck. And I've got the bumper off now. Surprisingly enough, there's not that much rust behind here, which is quite good. We've got a little bit down here, which it's all surface mostly. There's no holes or anything. I could sort that out with some rust converter. Just wire wheel it down and paint over it, I suppose. No problems there. Hoover, I dragged out the skip, which is quite nice. It's come in handy a few times. Underneath, I don't know how you turn the light on this camera actually. I might not need it, but it might be set to automatic mode. Wow, the actual night effects of this camera work quite well. Underneath here, it's a bit of a mess. Rust-wise, it's not so bad. You can see over there, I've got a nice rust hole, which has appeared. I'm kind of glad it's appeared now rather than any other point in time, because at the moment I can get it fixed up. Wow, the stability control while zoomed on this thing is amazing. Yeah, wow, that is really cool. Stability control for the win. My old camera had none of that, which was quite nice. This side, it's pretty good. I've not got much rust up here. Let me turn the light on so you can get a better look. Yeah, it's just surface pretty much, this side. This side's in really good condition. Even around the back edge there, it's still pretty good. Even though this side had the most rust inside the car, here it's pretty good. I've just brushed all this lot down underneath here. What I'm doing now is I've took the rear bumper off so I can, oops, that's my trousers ripped that little bit more. So I can just get up and in around here, take this bit of a range extender fuel tank off, which is what I want to do. Never actually undone that yet, see what's inside there. I've had the car how many weeks now? Months, sorry. Up here it looks pretty good. No rust really, just mess and muck. Inside all the cavities look pretty decent as well, which is good. We don't like rust. I want to stay away from it as much as possible. This camera was actually a refurb camera. I got it for the grand sum of about £500. Quite expensive, but I'm hoping it's going to make my YouTube videos just that little bit better. And of course, better videos hopefully means happier subscribers. And my aim is to make the subscribers that little bit more happy. What else have we got? Nothing new happened around the front. I've just kind of left it as it is for now. I have bought some replacement bellow thingamajiggies, which you can't really see them very well, but underneath this you've got some bellows which live underneath and connect to something to do with the spheres. I'm not quite sure what part it is. I've not yet delved into that realm, but it's like the dampener part of the suspension. Here we go, here's one of them. I had to buy them from Chevronics at the grand total price of about £23 a piece. You can't get them anymore, so they actually literally just make them, get them made up. One thing that these ones had particularly when I got them was these holes here, which are supposed to be drain holes for the leak-offs, and a breather hole, which is that one there. They were blocked up with plastic, so I just had to poke them out and make it so that, you know, I could get my leak-offs to work. So yeah, that's fine. I didn't mind that. Yeah, you expect some things like that. There's a bit of rust in there where the paint's a bit broken off. Again, it's little jobs that I can do at a later date. Not vital at all. I have got my other blower motor somewhere, which I did bring back. I think that's been chucked in the car. Can't put them back because my recirculation flaps are actually being repaired at the moment. I've got them at the house, and they're all in bits because the actual metal flap has rotted away. It's rusted off, so I've got to make a new flap for it. So yeah, it was always stuck in either recirculate mode if you manually pushed it, or in air from outside mode. I've got to get some spray cleaner for my evaporator coil, because it's a right mess. As I think I've already showed you in the video, it's a right mess inside there. Let me just remove some of these pieces of induction hosing and various other things. And you can see in there, look, it's a bit of a sorry state in there. It's all crap and crud in the corners, look. Not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. Hopefully that's that can be all got rid of and got out. So I'm going to use a hoover, picking it up with a screwdriver, being very careful of the evaporator coil, of course, and give it some of that spraying stuff and keep hoovering it out. The hoover is sacrificeable, so I'm not fussed if water gets in that. It's a semi-cyclone hoover anyway, so the water should hopefully just drop to the bottom in the first cyclone. I say semi because it still uses a filter-based system on it. It's not as good a cyclone technology as the Dyson hoovers, but it's alright. It's one of them types where if you're hoovering up fine dust, like dust from underneath a car, it blocks up straight away. The filter has to be took out and banged on the bin or something, and then you can continue using it. Not a very good design, but hey, what can you do about it? I keep noticing I've got that crack in the windscreen there. I don't like that much, but it's not in the field of view and it's not an MOT failure in the UK, so it'll be alright for now. I'm going to get back to work anyway. I'll pause the video here and we'll see what happens a bit later on. Okay, that's the range extender taken off. Now if you open up your filler flap, oh, I appear to have nothing there anymore. It's phone. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I've got a torch on top of my head. Hooray! Seeing what time it was. Half an hour until close-up time. Let's have a quick look. Camera is panning too fast, apparently. Okay. Why would that matter? Okay, let's have a look up here. Let's get some light up there, actually. See that bracket up there, look? I've got a little bit of rust on that, which is no good. But it's Sony surface, so that's quite nice. This was completely filthy under here. I've been literally wire brushing it all down. What's that? There's a bit of muck up there still, which I need to wire brush off. Could do it really done with jet washing all off. But there's some cobwebs up there still. I've not yet messed around with this area yet because I've only just got the range extender off and I have just jet washed the thing. So I really would like to jet wash this, but it's currently only sat up on tyres at the moment. So yeah, it's not going to happen, I don't think. Yeah, there is a bit of mud and crud up here, but it's okay. I've not really done as much as I want to do on the car today, but I've done what I have done, and every bit I do is one bit less. Right, let's just give that little bit of rust up there, a bit of a piggling, see what happens. If I can get my camera to, my torch to stand up properly. There we go, like that. Let's just see what happens if I just put my finger up here. Try not to get it in my eyes, of course. Doesn't feel very nice, but like I say, it's actually rotted the bracket off, so that's always cool, I suppose. It looks like it's not managed to actually rot anything through. But it's amazing how far the rust actually goes when you're doing this stuff. It's like doing this look here. The rust is still going and there's still more of it. Ugh, dust all in my camera. Yeah, I know that camera's panning too fast. Shut up. This is in the interest of finding out if there's anything bad underneath here. Again, assumption is never a good thing when you're dealing with rust, because you should always assume that there is more rust than you can see. Oh, my poor camera. My poor new £500 camera. That was my phone telling me that I've got a email. But yeah, surprisingly, up here it's not in bad condition. I thought it would be a lot worse, but it's actually pretty good. I am rather happy with the level of rot that's underneath this car, given its age, and well, that's pretty much it, I suppose. Given its age, can't really say given it's also a Citroen, because I don't know how bad or good Citroens rot away. This one's doing pretty good though. So it's got a little bit to worry about, and that should be it. It's going to be interesting to see what it's like on the other side, but I really want to get this side clean first, and at least get the range extender back in just to get it out of the way. When this is all cleaned, it is going to be under-sealed completely, which is going to be fun. I don't really like under-sealing, it's a horrible job. But yeah, I need to get the wire brush up there and delve into that little bit of rust to see how bad it is. Like I say, I'm not really fussed about the bracket not being held on very good. The bit of pipe that holds it up is like a little breather. I think it's something to do with the overflow from the tank. Stops the fuel from pouring out the car if it tips upside down, something like that. Yeah, as long as it's above the actual filler pipe, I don't think it matters that much. Yeah. Right. Someone's smashing something up with the fork truck out there. I will pause the video here and we'll see what happens a bit later on. Oh dear. Why has he got that pulled out? Well, like I say with rust, you should never assume. You only assume it's bad. Oh look, we now have a hole. Joy of joys. Well, like I say, I'm very glad that I'm finding all these holes now, rather than in the future. There's my little pokey screwdriver, I've been looking for that. Fixing that's going to be fun? Yeah, it sure is. We'll figure it out. We always do. This whole car could have done with a jet wash. It got jet washed when I first got it, but I couldn't get underneath it because it was flat to the deck. So, yeah, it's a shame. So I'm having to manually remove all of the dirt using brushes, wire brushes and various other things. Another reason too that I'm doing it that way is because I really don't want to get it wet. If I'm going to underseal this, I do not want to lock any kind of water in there. This thing has been dry stored now for 6 months under cover. So I'm hoping now that pretty much all of the water has evaporated out of it, even out of all the rust and bits that I'm starting to break into now. You know, see in between seams as you go in between them. Sometimes you can peel them up and still be damp in there. I'm hoping I'm getting to the point now where it's not going to be damp. But when this is done, it'll completely be rust-proofed. It won't rot away. It just won't rot away, basically. This thing will be that unenvironmentally friendly. When they do decide to scrap this, whoever owns it after me, which, let's face it, it's going to stay with me for a long time. And they do decide to scrap this car, it's going to be it's going to make one hell of a mess when they do melt it down, put it that way. They'll probably set their furnace on fire. It's going to be that much Waxol oil and grease inside all the crevices and things of it. It's going to take this car many, many, many years to rot away to nothing, as it's going to with my other car, as that has a considerable amount of Waxol and rust proofing put into it. About £200 worth of Waxol, cavity wax, Tetraseal, Dinitrol, you name it, it's had it in it. It's had lots and lots of bits in it. Even to the point where I was actually cutting parts of the bodywork out and injecting it in. Loads and loads. Yeah. Okay, everywhere's closing up now, so I think this is the last part of the video unless I do any more. So guys and girls, if I don't catch you in a second or two's time, friends is telling me it's time for closing up. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.